Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're going to continue installing this motor today on this 2005 Yamaha TTR-90. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install the exhaust. I bought a new exhaust gasket for the head pipe. Just figured I would replace it. Took the old one out before we put the motor in, so we know we're good there. Now I'm just checking. So it's different on each side. You're going to want this side to go to the head pipe. And you don't need to go super tight with these. That feels good to me. We'll go ahead and tighten up the rear mount. There we go. We got the exhaust installed with a new gasket in the head pipe. Alright, so I'm cleaning the air box because I can't find the original air box, and the air box that came with that other motor I bought was full of mud stuff, so I got it soaking in some soapy water. Let's go pull that out and see how it looks. My dog June's hanging out with me today. Hey June, you being a good girl? She'll run off if she's not tied up. Chase the horse. Let's see. I know this bucket's dirty, but yeah, that's starting to come a lot cleaner. All right, I'm gonna finish cleaning these and then dry them off, and then we'll install them. All right, while we're waiting for that air box to dry, because I just sprayed it out and I want it to be completely dry, we're gonna put the new rear tire and tube on the bike. I just have this IRC one, and then that tire I showed in the unboxing video on the last video. So if you want to check that out, there's a video before this. So we'll go ahead and take this off. Let me grab those new tire spoons I bought. First thing you want to do when you're going to take a tire off is undo this tube lock. I don't think these have a, I can't remember what they're called, a rim lock on these smaller bikes. So this should be fun. This is like one of my favorite things to do, is change tires on bikes. So, like I said on the other video, I just bought these cheap tire spoons. I have a really nice set, but during the process of the move, I can't find them. They're probably in my storage unit somewhere. So I just bought a cheap set. Hopefully these tires are pretty easy to do. They're pretty small. So we'll go ahead and take this tire off. All right, well that thing fought me pretty good to get off. It's the original tire. I don't know, it's all dry rotted, it's probably why, but doesn't have a rim band. So I'm gonna clean this wheel up, and I'm gonna put some tape here just to try to protect the tube from that. I don't know if that's why this tube's flat, or, you know, got a hole in it. Well, you can kind of see there. It's probably for me trying to get it off, but let me know. Are these supposed to have rim bands on it? All right, well, I can't find any electrical tape or any Gorilla tape, so I'm just gonna use this painter's tape. So, guess we'll just do it with this, and this is the perfect width too. I was gonna have to cut down the other tape, so this will work for this. So, let's go ahead and go around the wheel a couple times, and that should be good enough. Hopefully. Much rather have used electrical tape or something, but this will be fine. All right, so here's the new rear tube for the rear. We'll go ahead and put this in the tire. This part, you gotta be really careful because you don't wanna pinch this tube in between the rim and the tire. So just take your time. It's pretty cool. They shipped it with these to keep the tire from getting warped. Go ahead and put the tube in here. I might put a little bit of air in it. Some people do that. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that, probably not. And I love the smell of new rubber. I can't be the only one. All right, so we got this kind of set up in here. I'm gonna take this sticker off. Okay, so I'm gonna slip one. So you wanna make sure it's going the right way too. These tires have a directional way. Let's see if this one's marked. And I don't see a mark anywhere. Maybe it doesn't matter on these. Some tires do, so you always want to check that out. So you're going to find the hole where the tube's going to go through the wheel. Let me find that. And I'm going to have to punch a hole through it since I put this tape on there. It's right here. Perfect. Take the valve stem cap off. There's a nut to lock the tube down so it doesn't spin in the tire and break the valve stem off. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Put that in, the valve stem through, and then I'm just loosely gonna put this on here. I'm not gonna crank it down yet till it's seated, and then we'll tighten it down. That'll keep it from coming out. Hopefully this goes on easier than it came off. I think that old tire was pretty dry rotted is why it fought me so hard to get off. And it was pretty cold last night. It got down to 28 degrees, so everything's all shrunken up. All right, well, I finally got the tire on there. I ended up spraying just a little bit of WD-40 on there to help slide it on there. That was not fun. So let's go ahead and put some air in this tube and see if I pinched it. I don't think I did, but it was a tight squeeze getting this on there. It's probably one of the hardest tires I've ever had to put on. All right, let me get a battery for this real quick. Now this tire doesn't have a max PSI, so I'm gonna put like 10 in it, see what it does. Maybe 12. I have this ancient air compressor. I'm gonna see if I can find a tip for tires on there. For some reason, I don't think this is working. All right, so I made a mistake. I pinched this tube in a couple spots. So I went and looked and looked and looked and found my Gorilla Tape. I'm gonna attempt to Gorilla Tape this just because I won't be able to get one today, and see if I can make this work. Man, I messed this thing up. All right, I'll keep you updated. All right, so my bad, you know, with this rear tire. Tried to fill it full of some like fix a flat stuff. That doesn't seem to be working. I just really wanted to try this bike out today. I'm gonna have to order a new tube, so don't do that. But I just can't wait any longer. So we'll just attempt to try it out like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rear wheel on. Start out by putting this sprocket back on. This just slides right in like that. We'll get our rear axle ready to go. Take this nut off. That off. I bought two new chain tensioners for this because those were missing. And they're two different part numbers for each side. So let's see if we can figure it out by looking at them, which side goes on what. Alright, so, oh, I see. They're bent out a little way, so this definitely is the left side. And that's definitely the right side. Perfect. Go ahead and put this spacer on. We'll get the rear wheel lined up. Excuse my mess, I got stuff everywhere. Just really sucks when you pinch a tube. I should have ordered another one, and I even thought about it, but I figured I'd be good. But that's what you get for assuming, I guess, right? Alright, so I'll get this lined up. I'm going to come from the back. I'm going to put some grease on this axle. Take the brake hub, our shoes, line those up down here. Kickstand's in the way. Okay. Now I think this, so this was obviously a part when I got it, but I think the spacer is going to go on this side. Put this here. Yeah, spacer goes on this side. All right, let's go ahead and put the front sprocket on. This bike has just been a headache. That part was missing too. So I had to order this, if I can find it, this little circlip. And I guess that's all that holds this on from what I could find online. So go ahead and put this on. It's an OEM one. So get that lined up. Just like that. Take this circlip, put it on there. I don't want to lose this. It's kind of crazy that it's just a circlip that holds this on. Let me get my snap ring pliers. Hopefully these are small enough to go in these little holes. And of course they're not. Dang it. Well, I'll just do it with a screwdriver even though you're not supposed to do it that way. I might be able to just push it on by hand. Let me see if I can find the smaller tips for these pliers. No, guess I'm just going to have to use a flathead. I wouldn't recommend doing this. That's how you lose them. They'll go flying, but I just don't have a choice. Spikes fought me the whole way putting it back together. It's not fun getting somebody's stuff that they've already torn apart. All right, So the front sprocket's on. Got a new OEM chain. That was missing too. I'm not trying to complain, it's just putting somebody's project back together isn't fun. So we'll go ahead and run it through the front sprocket. I'm going to put it up here where it's easier to put the clip in. It's loose right now because we need to adjust those chain pullers. Let's see, did it come with a... It did. Because I bought one of these just in case it didn't. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't, but... Go ahead and put the link in. So you put this on there first. Chain through there, or push the chain through so it's on there. And you're gonna want to put it this way. Hold on if I can get it. That way on the chain, so if it hits something, it won't knock it out. So it's a 12 millimeter, the big bolt, or nut, excuse me. And you don't want to go tight with these. You want to evenly adjust them. I'm just going to bottom this one out. See, that's too tight. So I'm going to loosen it just a little bit. Now this is a new chain, so it's going to stretch a little bit. So I'm going to go a quarter turn on this, or maybe a little more. That's good right there. It's going to stretch a little bit. So go ahead and tighten these down. These are a 10 mil on the other side. You don't want to go super tight with these. Check the alignment of the wheel. That chain's going to stretch a little bit. That's why it's a little tight right now. But there you go. That's how to put the rear wheel and chain on. Go ahead and put the shifter on this side. I did order a cover for this. Since these wires are right here, I don't want that exposed. Just gonna do this off eye. We can adjust it if it's not exactly where we want it once we put the bike on the ground. Don't want to go too tight on that one. So we got the shifter, front sprocket, chain, rear wheel on. Go on the other side and I'll put the Kickstarter on. Then we'll put the airbox on. Alright, so we're on the other side of the bike. Go and take this bolt all the way out. Put the Kickstarter on. Make sure these are snug down. When I was a kid, I had a Honda XR100 that I didn't tighten all the way down. I ended up stripping the threads on the Kickstarter. It's in gear. That's good. Well, it feels like it's got pretty good compression. All right, a brand new NGKR CR6HSA. Curious to see what this old one looks like. That's pretty dirty. Almost feel like we should do a compression check test since we have it all apart. Let's see if we have spark. Turn the key on. All right, so I got the airbox back on. That thing fought me getting the boot back on the carburetor. Let's go ahead and put some oil in this thing. It takes 1 liter of oil, and this is 1 liter. So we'll go ahead and dump this in there. This funnel doesn't fit perfectly in there. All right, so I just loosely set the tank on here for now, just for testing purposes. Set the seat and the rear plastics on there, and then we'll get it down and put some gas in it, see if it fires up. I think we'll just set it like that. It's just for testing. If everything goes good, actually I will just slide the rear plastics on there. All right, let's go ahead and get it down off the bench, put some fuel in it and see what it does. Oh, we got a problem already. I think this foot peg's bent in. This kickstand's hitting the rear tire. Awesome. Yeah, this kickstand's bent. So I'm gonna try to heat that metal up and bend it back. Man, it's literally just one thing after another with this thing. What the heck? Well, let's at least see if it fires up. Let's put some gas in it. What are your guys' guess on how many kicks? It's got nothing in the bowl. I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna kick it over a couple times to let the oil circulate. Nothing's coming out of the petcock. Should be enough gas in there. Let me put a little more gas, see if that helps. That petcock must be plugged. Come on, girl. Yeah, it's plugged up. Alright, so I pulled this petcock apart and you can see all the gunk stuck up in there. So I'm going to try to clean this out real quick. Should have done that before I put gas in it, but it was working fine before. Alright, so I got that petcock unplugged. Leaked gas everywhere. Let's go ahead and see if it's going to fire up. Key on. I'm not going to turn the gas on. Hopefully it's not flooded. Go ahead and give it a few pumps. Maybe she wants some choke. Not bad, 3 kicks. I forgot to turn the choke on. Acting like it's not getting enough gas. Got a little bit of a tick to it. Alright, so obviously the bike's having issues revving up and moving, so I'll address this in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.